So I have some very sad news for you today. My trusty Planet Ocean from Omega has broken. Welcome to the English Watch. Okay, so before we get into why you've broken, let me tell you about theenglishwatch.com. This is my website. This is where I'm adding additional information to the videos, so it allows me to keep the videos nice and short and punchy and then start to pad out the articles with some more information and some links that I hope you find interesting. I've certainly enjoyed making it. Please also don't forget to check out my other videos. You can see them in the link above. I've been getting some great comments and some good feedback, and the subscriber level is steadily growing, so let's keep going. I'm sure I'm going to hit 200 very soon. So let's talk about this sucker here, the Omega Planet Ocean. I've had this one for 2 years. It's the 43mm version. I've really enjoyed wearing it. I have this mostly on a rubber strap and I wear it casually. I do wear it formally sometimes on the bracelet, but I do sometimes think it's a bit too heavy going for everyday use, so I do like to switch things up a little bit. And I think what I've settled with this one is this is my fun watch. It's the watch I take on holiday. It's the watch I like to wear with a pair of shorts and a t-shirt on a rubber strap. I think it's great. Anyway, what happened? I was making a few videos about this watch, and I've already covered some videos that I've yet to put together yet an issue out, where I put some different straps on there. I've got some NATO straps, leather strap, a rubber strap, obviously got the bracelet, and some of my views. And also wanted to mix it in with some general commentary about the Planet Ocean itself, how it's come to being, some of the technology around some of the liquid metal they use on the bezel. I've got most of it around me to start to compile, but what I thought I'd start with was an unboxing. Now when I started the unboxing, it was all going really well. Had the nice white box, took the white cover off, no problem. Had the lovely wooden box inside, beautifully polished. Open up the wooden box and to reveal this watch. So we take the watch out and we start to marvel at the ceramic dial and the ceramic bezel with the liquid metal insert and the lovely coaxial escapement inside, which you can see behind as well. And what did I notice? I noticed that the dial had some mist on it. It was fogged up. And I thought to myself, well, that can't be right. It's a dive watch. It's a 600-meter dive watch. Why is there water inside my watch? And I didn't know. Yeah, I get it wet now and again. I wash my hands with it. It's been in a swimming pool. Okay, not for over a year. So I was confused. So what did I do? I phoned up the Omega dealer centre. I think it's down in Southampton. I just went on their website and found the number. And they were very helpful. And this was about early April, so we'd just gone into lockdown. And clearly the lady that I spoke to was obviously very apologetic. There was nothing they could do for me right there and then. But obviously, because it was under warranty, as soon as they were open again, they would send me the service pouch. Now, I got that through this morning, so very excited. It's only I was going to check the date on my Speedy there, but it's never going to tell me, so let's check my phone. So when you own a Speedy, you still need a phone to tell you what the date is. So one of the downfalls. So it's the 22nd of May. So that's not too bad. So they're back in business. And what they've done is they've sent me this protective case, and inside the protective case is a travel pouch. And you always get, I've got a drawer full of these damn things. So I'm going to put the watch in there with the warranty card, and here they detail what you need to do, what you need to include, and on the back they get you to write down what's wrong with the watch, and they get you to put in an excess. So if any of the service they carry out is chargeable, then you can put in a value that you're happy for them to proceed with without authorization. So I always put down like a nominal £100. Now I've put a few things on the list. So I've obviously mentioned the crystal that's fogging up, so that's not good. Now what I did say to the lady a few weeks ago was that what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the crown open, and I was going to put it in my watch box with some little silica gel pouches around just to help it out. Now I left it there for a good number of weeks, and now and again I go back, just wind the crown back in and just see what happened. And sure enough, it just the heat from my wrist just warmed up enough for it to fog up a bit more. So I thought, okay. Now it was slowly getting better. Now yesterday I thought, well, it's been a week or so again since I've tried it. I'll pick it up, Took it out. I thought I'd give it a wind, wear it, and the winding felt really loose. I thought, oh, that's not right, because it's usually quite meaty. This is one of the more substantial winding mechanisms you're going to come across, but it was really loose. Oh, that's ominous. And I also found that the quick set, where the hour hand jumps around and sets the date, would only go backwards, it wouldn't go forwards. So now I'm really concerned, and I don't know why that would happen. So it's been left for 4 weeks with the crown unwound in a box with some silica gel in, and it's managed to grenade itself somehow. So something very mysterious. Now what I will say is that back in September, October last year, it went in for a service. I had a concern with the timing, so it was gaining a bit too much time when left overnight. So if I didn't wear it for a day, it would gain 10 or 20 seconds, which wasn't good, and it was out of specification, and Amiga agreed. So they took it in, they regulated the watch and sent it back. Now up until that point, I say I'd been sewing with it, I'd worn it in all sorts of conditions and never had a problem other than with the timing. So I can only assume whilst it was in, there was some kind of service-induced error, maybe with the seals, maybe when they put it back together, who knows. I'm not here to blame anyone, I'm just here to get my watch fixed because I love this watch. So we'll send it back in, see what they say, and I'll report back. Now I'll put a few other things on the report sheet as well. So obviously I've mentioned about the crystal fogging up, and what I did whilst I've been waiting for this service pouch. Mentioned about the loose winding and the quick set not working. But I've also mentioned a few other things that kind of pissed me off a little bit. So one of the things that bothers me about Amiga watches is the anti-reflective coating. Now 99% of the time it's great. It gives you that clean dial look, very clear, no reflections. I mean, it's really, the optics of this dial is really good, but it does scuff if you're not careful. And when I say not careful, I've bashed it off some things that were metal now and again. So there is a scuff on there that's bothered me for ages. So whilst it's in there, I've put, can you do something about it? If they say change the crystal and it's going to cost me hundreds of pounds, I might go, maybe not. But if it's less than 100 quid, maybe I'll think about that. Now I've also said, can you change the little screws on the bracelet? Now hopefully they'll do that for nothing. Now for your benefit, by the way, taken these screws in and out a number of times, A, to practice, but then B, to make the videos. And I have to say, there's a few nicks on them. Not major, but I think if they're going to have the watch in, it'd be nice if they replace those screws as well. Now, also in this pack, they provided me with some price literature. So on here, we've got some service prices for chronograph and non-chronograph watches. Now I'm wearing my Speedy at the moment. Now as and when I get this serviced, and I don't think this is ever going to go into the shop until it absolutely needs it, and it's going to have to be on its knees because that's the way they roll. Then for a chronograph on today's prices, non-precious metal, £630. So to get this, well, I paid £3,000 for it 2 years ago. Watch service is going to cost £630. So that ain't seeing the service centre anytime soon, believe me. What else have they got? So they've got the steps for the servicing. So they disassemble the case, clean the case and the bracelet, reassembly, renewal of water resistance, tuning of the precision, and a quality control, which they may have slipped on when I did it last time. So if you just want a water resistance check, so if you take your watch into the sea often or into swimming pools, then it is recommended that you get the seals checked quite regularly, maybe every year. And for a non-chronograph, that's about £105. So even with this one, you know, it says 600 meters on there, but those seals are vulnerable, so it's worth getting it water tested regularly. Okay, what else have we got? So there's more. We've got a dial restoration. Well, I don't think I need one of those, but it's £800 if you need a restoration done. And I guess restorations probably be done on more vintage style models, so it's probably best not doing unless it's really doggy. They do case refurbishment, so Not possible on plated steel or ceramic watches, but for £100 they will polish the shiny bits and the satin bits to your liking. Again, not recommended too often, but I guess over the years your watches do get dinged and bashed around, and I guess £100 is not too bad actually, because if you get that £100 back in a sale, if you wanted to sell the watch, it makes it easy to sell in the first instance. I mean, some people like to sell the watch warts and all, and that's okay as well, but I think if there's some things on there that just a little bit of, you know, titivation, if you like, would make it nicer for the person that's receiving the watch, then I think it's worth doing. Obviously, if you do it too much, then you can take off those nice sharp edges, and maybe that's not so good. So they've got a bracelet refurbishment as well, that's £100. Bracelet repair and adjustment, £45. Battery service, £40, well, we don't need one of those. And an extract from the archives. So if you've got a vintage Speedmaster and you want to check the authenticity of that watch, £100 for an extract from the archives. Now that can be worth doing, and it can significantly increase the value of your watch if you're concerned. Okay, and then on the back, some vintage clocks. So for a quartz or mechanical clock, it starts at £1,500. So they need to be pretty special clocks in my book. Anyway, what we need to do now is get this watch ready for service. So I've given it a good buff. So just like your mum says, never leave home without putting clean underwear on. So I've given this a nice little wipe with a microfiber. I'm going to put it in this like spongy buffer here, so that's all nice and protected. There's another bit of sponge inside, so put that in there, and then let's get the warranty card. Thus, tuck that under. Hopefully they won't lose that. Then we're going to close it up. So say goodbye, and we'll see you in maybe 6 weeks. Hopefully before I go on holiday, if I go on holiday, that is. Right, close that up. Zip it up, and there we go. Ready to go. So let's put it in the hard case, close it up, and that just needs to go in the prepaid bag with the letter that with my comments on, and I'll take it down the post office tomorrow. So when it comes back, I'll do a refresh. Hopefully it comes back good as new. We'll get back onto that unboxing again, get back onto those straps again, and we'll see my Planet Ocean video finally see the light of day, and hopefully I'll get some great comments, because I know it's a really popular watch and it's one that a lot of you enjoy. Anyway, as I said before, don't forget to check out the website, theenglishwatch.com. Please check out my videos, keep hitting that subscribe button, and give me all those beautiful comments, and I really, really enjoy responding to them. Okay, so that's the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again soon. Take care. Bye now.